Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So I got a very good story for you guys today, as there is a ton of different theories, a ton of different articles, and a lot of news that came out today. So I have a lot to show you, but first, make sure you check out the Discord. A link for that is in the description below. Make sure you all check it out right now. So what it looks like is like this. It's a cool chat room, and I just recommend you guys all to quickly pop up in here, say hi in the chat room, and make sure you send me a message. The first person to send me a message, actually I have something cool for, so make sure you do that right now, and let's get into the video. This whole video is no financial advice. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. Alright, having said that, let's get into it. So, Hedge Fund Titan says Bitcoin has already won crypto war, plus Ripple, XRP, yada yada yada. But what is actually really funny is Mike Novogratz came in here and he said that really, the cryptocurrency war is already over and Bitcoin has won. So yes, it's won that bucket. It's won the bucket of the store of value. Not as a currency, but as a store of value. It's won. And all the other cryptos, just like the other 113 elements on the periodic table, have to prove use case. Have to be valuable because people use them. Now, so for a store of value, let's say like gold, Bitcoin has really won the race here, is what Mike Novogratz actually says, the CEO of Galaxy Digital. What I personally think is they've won the race for now, right? Again, we're talking about the rabbit here, Bitcoin being one of the first ones, being one of the fastest to gain, but we already saw way in the past that one coin, like, what was the name again? Maybe it was like Zcash or Z something, Z Classic, Z Cash, I think it was Z Cash, all the way back 2016, came to a few $1,000s, right? Just check back to highest coin prices. If you type it into your internet browser, you'll find something like that. But as a store of value, I think it has won for a couple of years here, as I do think it is the best store of value right now. But with some time, all right, it's going to be changing as well. It could, at least. So you shouldn't be sure that Bitcoin is the one that's going to be the main one forever. And here's telling us a story here about Bitcoin compared to gold. And I mean, you're not going to buy something in terms of ounces of gold most of the time. And same with crypto, but you can use it as a good store of value. But moving over into Ripple and XRP, really talking about Coil again and how it's growing and growing and growing. The Coil blogging platform is live. I analyzed Coil's potential impact and covered the latest news about XRP in today's blog. And he has a cool blog here, but we're going to be going over that in another video coming up. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. Depends on how good this does. Then I saw a Dutch article, and as you guys know, I am from Amsterdam. I can read Dutch, so this is actually quite of a cool little article for me to read. But it is about Earthport and that they got overtook by Visa, right? So Earthport was quite an important partner from Ripple, and they got overtaken by Visa right now. And so a lot of people have been speculating and been putting a lot of things out there. Visa posted on Twitter, "We're proud to announce we've acquired control of Earthport, a company that provides cross-border payment services to banks and businesses, empowering us to enable our clients to make payments through bank accounts around the world." And again, it's actually quite cool. The whole Visa team is really enthusiastic, but this could be a pretty cool thing. Shit just got real. Visa just acquired control of Earthport, who's in partnership with Ripple since 2015, I believe, to transfer payments. Now, the big question is, will they use Xcurrent or Xrapid, and what will they do? What will they get? Let me know in the comment section down below what you really know about the Earthport / Ripple partnership. I don't know too much about it. We've only discussed it once or twice, so not really too familiar with how that partnership rolls in, rolls out. But you guys can let me know in the comment section so we can learn about it all that watch this video. Next article, Ripple XRP unresponsive, lagging, and consolidating above 30 cents. I mean, guys, if you're still that worried about the XRP price, what are you doing, son? What are you doing? 30 cents is really a core price for XRP right now. We really seem to love it. It's a big psychological barrier, and I'm noticing that we're just above it and just below it all the time. And right now we're just following the rest of the market as well, except for, I guess, these top two coins here. Bitcoin and Ethereum doing a little bit differently, but the rest of the coins are kind of all quite the same in how they're moving in the market right now. with just kind of going down while BTC is taking over in dominance again. And it's just a standard BTC run like you see before some of the altcoin runs. It's because a lot of the people sell their cryptos, their altcoins for BTC, because that one seems to be doing the best right now. And you know, the sheep, they just like to follow along. And that's really what's happening. At one point, it's going to flick over and all the money's going to flow into altcoins because of the bloomish periods that people are happy again with the coins. Right now, though, as we also discussed here in this article in the beginning, BTC is one of the best stores of value. And definitely right now, for at least a couple years or so, it's going to be the best store of value. And that's why the people are really putting their money into BTC. At least that's what I'm expecting here. If you have any other different theory, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Moving over, Ripple XRP price poised to break higher, BTC, Ethereum surging. And yes, that's definitely what's going on. BTC and Ethereum are the only two shouldn't say only, but one of the only two coins. That was a mistake, wasn't it? One of the only two. Yeah, that was pretty dumb. Those are like only a few ones that are really doing good in price right now, where the rest of these coins are not doing too good there, yet not too shabby, with only really minor downfalls. Though again, in the longer term, I don't think this matters too much. I think we'll all be fine. Some of you guys seem to really be worried about it though, and I find that always quite interesting. I don't think it's a very big problem, but again, if you do, I can definitely understand. And what I also expect actually is that XRP will break quite a lot higher when the bullish time comes. You know, the quote-unquote bullish time is when a lot of the people really start to transition over from being Bitcoin holders and using it as a store of value to the bullish times, when people start to really speculate and people start to hodl for these good times, and they really think that one of these coins is going to surge. And XRP is really a good potential mooner. Same with Tron, which is a really moon potential coin. And there's definitely a lot of other coins in here which are moon potential, but I think I would place XRP as the number one for another major run. And that is actually what a lot of these articles are about as well afterwards. Ripple XRP is a sleeping giant, soon to explode in adoption and price, and it's what I believe in, right? And as I said before in the video, this is not financial advice, purely for entertainment purposes only, but I still definitely believe that it is a sleeping giant and that it can still become huge if you guys just do not worry about this 30-cent price and about the momentum right now. It is not that important. If you're trading on a shorter term, follow strategy and move along however the frick you want, right? Don't listen to me. If you're a speculator, investor for a longer term, this all does not matter. Either you wait for the price to go lower, even, you might have to wait a few days, few weeks, few months for every cent to drop lower. You just buy trailingly, you buy more and more. Or you just put some money in XRP, goes to sleep for a couple of months, come back, be rich as shit. It's a possibility, all right? It's there, and I'm willing to take that risk. I see XRP as kind of a retirement thing. Just keep on using it to buy stuff, but most of the time just use it as a quote-unquote store of value, since I still expect it to be really gaining. But whenever people ask me the question of how is XRapid going to change the XRP price, I still don't really know how to answer them, since David Schwartz, to a certain extent, says that real use of the coin, so with XRapid, is really going to appreciate the value, and the more popular XRapid gets, the better the coin is going to be doing. And it is true to a certain extent, though we should not be speaking of like volume equals higher price. It's not necessarily always the case. And in this case with XRP, I'm just kind of afraid that people are not really viewing it correctly. So with XRapid, what they're really doing is buying and selling XRP really quickly. It's not necessarily a instant price increase. It's really the trust that we put behind it, of XRP being something that people use a lot and having a real use case, which is going to appreciate the value. But I think personally more of Spring, that's going to be given a use case to XRP. And XRP Labs is an example that's really given use case to XRP with XRP Tipbot and really trying to figure out a banking system right now. I think those two things are actually way more important when we're talking about this price appreciation due to use than XRapid. So whenever I see the discussion popping up online of, oh, but XRapid is not getting used enough right now, there's only 10 out of the 200, and Xcurrent 4.0 might change it, but it's not going quickly, yada. I shouldn't worry you guys too much about it, because first of all, Xcurrent 4.0 is a great upgrade for XRapid, which might make it so a lot of these 200 are actually going to be popping into XRapid at one point in the future, which is a very good thing. And also, there's way more than just XRP for XRP. Some people are just watching with a blind eye and not believing it, not wanting to really accept. And then comes the speculation of, oh, but can Ripple XRP, that's just read here, ever hit $3 again? Though, when they speculate about the price, they don't name why. They just go like, oh, but, you know, XRapid, period. So can it hit $3? I mean, yeah, it could, right? But apples can fly. So, it could, all right? If you throw an apple, it flies, right? So, it can happen. You just, you don't know if it's going to. Just depends on what really happens in the general term. Well, let me give a little bit of a better explanation for that, because that sounds a little bit vague. What is really interesting about the $3 price prediction here is that it will definitely hit $3 again. If you're not believing in that, then maybe this is not the coin for you to hodl, right? It has hit almost $4 in the past. $3 is a walk in the park. But as Warren Buffett said, a lot of people don't want to get slow rich. And that's really rich slow, actually, is what I should have said. And that's really where one of the biggest issues pops in, is that with a lot of these articles that pop up online, they're not as far-fetched as I sometimes make you guys believe. And this article, again, is actually not that crazy, because people just like to know, can it hit at $3 again, ever? Is my investment a good one? Can it actually make me rich? Almost all of these coins really could. The question is just, when is going to happen? When is this new bull run going to be? Is it going to be in 1 or 2 years? Is it going to be in another month or so? Is it going to be in a few days? Is it going to be a few weeks? Is it going to be 5 years? Is it going to be 11 years like Charles Hoskinson thinks? That's the big question you should be asking. So, not can it hit $3 ever again? When is that big spike going to be? Yet, nobody can really answer that question, which is really the basic problem again. Though, about what price it can hit, I think if you're just speculating anything below $10, then definitely it will get to that point somewhere within the next, let's say, 11 years. I know it's a very big time, but I'm just putting it globally because within this time period, you almost know for certain that there will be another big run-up. We don't know what's going to cause it yet. Is it going to be another hypey run? Is it going to be major players or major banks popping in? We don't know. What is going to cause this bull run is another big question, like I just said, because it could be that for XRP there's going to be a separate run, which is going to be really amazing on its own, which is going to decouple it from Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. It could happen because really, as we said before with the use case, the more use cases that are being popped into XRP, the more alone is going to stand in this crypto space, and the more or less reliant it is going to be actually on Bitcoin. And also, the more that we use it as a store of value, the more less reliant it's going to be. I don't know how you say it, the opposite of reliant. Irreliant? Is that a word? But until that really happens, until maybe some of these major banks pop into XRapid or Spring Fund some crazy new projects like Coil, but then like times 4, 4 of those things popping in the closest proximity here, we're just going to stay as where we are, following BTC and just moving along slowly. Xcurrent 4.0 though is another step in the good direction. I really enjoyed this, but we already covered that like 4 or 5 times. Ripple's XRP will be used as an FX means of settlement instead of US dollar. Wall Street Forum. Well, this would make it amazingly great. Though there were a lot of speculation about the price never getting high because of being used as settlement. Though I don't really know. All right, we looked at the theory once, but I still don't believe that the price cannot get high if it's going to be used as settlement. I still think that if people want to make these big transactions, they're going to need XRP to be at a higher price. Even though transactions only take a few seconds, it's way more easy to transact if the coin price is higher per coin, I think. Like, if you want to move over $50,000, it's actually probably easier to just move like 9 Bitcoin or 8.5 Bitcoin than it is to, calculate the exact amount of XRP you're going to need. Maybe not, because in BTC you're going to have to go into decimals, but in terms of how easy it is to press a few buttons, like, all right, let me just send 10 Bitcoin, that's like $60,000. Let me just send 10,400, and you're going to have to really calculate how much XRP you're going to have to send, but it's going to be way more precise, easier though. After predicting $220 per XRP future value, Crypto Adopter says $23 is most realistic. This is pulled out of thin air. Don't believe this type of stuff. Here they're doing a random ass analysis, but I don't really believe it. What they're saying here is actually interesting to a certain extent, though We don't know any of the maximum prices of any of these coins. But let's quickly see what they have to say. So, after predicting a $220 future price of XRP, which made some aver that he's delusional, the crypto adopter said if observed properly, it is easily realizable, or easy to realize, that XRP is the new Bitcoin as the former keeps following the latter's footsteps in the market. It has been so. All right, there's a few exceptions as to where XRP really made a run, where Bitcoin did not, or when BTC actually made a run where XRP definitely did the opposite. In a well-deciphered analysis, BitLord prophesied that the most probable price of XRP in the near future is $28. So he says here, don't see it yet, XRP is the new Bitcoin. It is following in Big Brother's footsteps. With this analysis, we can predict a $28 price in the near future. If you don't believe me, that's fine. You probably don't own any. The Australian analyst goes on to say, this is the thing that he said. I know I tweeted $220 per XRP before, but in my opinion, we have to be more realistic with our price targets. And somebody else replies, you've been pretty accurate with your XRP calls. I wouldn't counter trade you on it. And some other buddy says, it's almost like CryptoBitLord doesn't have any emotional link to a crypto asset and just relies on an open mind. That's actually kind of possibly quite sarcastic, right? Another commentator proclaimed that has no emotional link. I think that's actually a sarcastic one, but I would not be sure. And then last but not least, Ripple's latest X-current solution will bring bullish stint. Well, it has not done so yet, but with time here, X-current 4.0 might actually make some people realize that this is a very great coin to hodl, but we can't say too much on that, guys. It's hard to speculate on. But guys, you should let me know what XRP news I need to cover, or if you have any other coin, just send me a message on Discord or send me a message on Twitter, right? Let's discuss things on Twitter. Make sure you just give me a quick follow there, or just send me something so I know what you guys like to see here. You know, I don't really get a lot of mentions or a lot of questions or a lot of comments or things like that, so I don't know what you guys like to see, right? You can always put it in the comment section down below on YouTube, but I think on Twitter there's more people who can interact in easier fashion with articles and things to tag and whatever. So if you find something interesting on Twitter, just tag me in it, all right? Just tag me or send it to me or retweet it with me in the do whatever, but make sure you show me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Enjoy your day, everybody. Have a nice one. Take care.